Shine now. All right. Now explain to me what is so great about Final Fantasy VII.
I just personally like it.
That's not a good enough reason. You got to go in more detail than that.
Okay. Sorry, let me say. Your discretion advised the following asshole, a fanboy asshole, is going to favorite new one by one crazy black guy. Discretion advised. Man, fuck the bullshit.
Okay.
Continue.
Anyway, I don't think 7 was that good because I replayed it several times, but to me, its storyline was way too weak and had too many holes. And if you don't believe me, it is the first one that had sequels that, in essence, added nothing to the story other than more confusion and more bullshit plot lines. 7 sucked because it tried to shoehorn the fact that it's fiction in terms of storytelling rather than, you know, actually bridging the gaps of what makes sense and what doesn't. I mean, I don't see how it was good. It was popular, yes, mainly in the Western fan base, but who cares? It was not. That doesn't make it a good game. You just can't say it's good because it's good, which is so far what you're saying.
I just liked it. I liked the gameplay. I liked the freak. I didn't have a problem with the storyline.
Really? Nothing? These weird, problematic characters that, in the end, it basically centers around 2 characters with the gayest character designs? You have no problems with this? The origin of how materia works and all this other bullshit? The planet's life energy? The holy is a moving... So many things I can refute. The white-haired men, the Genova thing. There's so many things wrong with the storyline. For one, no one even knows the whole thing with Sephiroth, because the game is unclear of what it wants to be or what Sephiroth really is. If he's alive or we're really dealing with a living life form. Because at one point they're saying he's a created monster. The next minute they're saying he's one of the Cetra, or one of the ancients, which is what Aerith was before Genova killed her.
Okay, FYI, in the Japanese version, Aerith doesn't die.
Yeah, I heard about that. Because really, I preferred her to die more than fucking Aerith, because at least Aerith was worth the damn on the plot line, on the battlefield. Tifa did shit for damage and could not take a hit, and was a close-range fighter. Aerith was a back row fighter, but she had phenomenal healing ability and good power with her summoning ability. So I remember the game, but that still doesn't make me like it.
Right.
I finished it because I'm a completionist. I like to finish what I start, unless it's just unfucking bearable, like Eternal Sonata.
Oh God. I'm gonna apologize about the Japanese people. I'm sorry. That game was horrible.
What?
I'm just gonna apologize. The Eternal Sonata.
Oh God, yeah, I have it in here too.
With Chopin, basically. I love Chopin, his music. I'm not gonna lie, you know, but
right.
really,
I can see what they were trying to do, but the design of the gameplay, it's like you would swear this is being made by a 3-year-old. Like, God. You just squiggle some lines all over, like never before. Dumber AI. Like, you can find smarter AI on the easiest setting on fighting games than you can in this fucking game.
Literally.
Right. But this is not about Eternal Sonata. It's about Final Fantasy VII, and so far you haven't given me a reason of why it's good. You're just saying it's good because it's good. You realize that's what you're saying?
That was like Dark Reaper saying, I never played Guilty Gear, but it sucks.
Yeah. In essence, that is what he's saying. That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying I don't have any problems with the storyline or anything like that. Unlike you going complete total geek mode on it and judging it upon that, and I don't even give a fuck.
I'm sorry, but let me break down to you what RPG means. RPG means role-playing game, meaning you assume the role of another character's lifestyle. Meaning storytelling is one of the key elements of RPGs. Every RPG, that is the key element, that you assume the role of one's life, and it is storytelling. Otherwise, it is not RPG. A lot of people confuse elements of RPG with, oh, you level up. Which, that's technically how it is in games like Fallout and Skyrim, but it's still a role-playing game. It's not turn-based, but it's still a role-playing game, and you're assuming the role of yourself.
Role of a character you're playing.
Yes.
Yourself. Again, with the original Fallout game, basically, you play the survivor that's trying to help your vault out. You have a year to do it. Within that year, you can find a Gek or a Guardian using a creation kit. You can actually have two options. You can save your vault or continue venturing on. But most likely, you're going to have to save your vault because they're dying, and you're being a dick if you don't do it.
Right.
I know, I got fanboy on you, but, I love Fallout 1 and 2.
Never did play the other ones, but many people told me the first two were better than the third one. Because the third one didn't really have an ending. It's like, okay, well, you go out of the vault, then you go back, and what? Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is this? Exactly.
Also, Fallout 2 has talking Deathclaw.
Oh, Lord.
Deathclaw. And that doesn't hurt you. And he follows you around and says, oh, where are we going? Where are we going?
A sentient Deathclaw, wow.
Enemy! Look, Fallout 4, they say talking Deathclaws will come back.
Oh, God.
That'll be so. Are you kidding me?
Well, with all the damn Deathclaws they threw in New Vegas, why shouldn't they?
Oh, continue what you guys were saying. I'm really intrigued.
Oh, I mean, I'm not. I would say that I'm done, but I'm not done because so far you haven't given me a reason why it's good. Because you're saying it doesn't have a problem with it because of reasons being that the storyline doesn't matter, but it does.
I don't have a problem with it. This is my personal preference. I'm not saying it's better than every other Final Fantasy. It's just I like it. Okay.
God, you're no fun. But even still, you can't. You're refuting the fact that this game isn't as great as you think it is. I mean, I don't know how long it's been since you played it, but the last time I played it was a few years ago.
I played it 3 weeks ago.
It was.
Still hate it.
I still don't like it. I don't like Crisis Core. That to me. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. Dirge of Cerberus is still the worst one. If you want to call it part of canon, and it is, unfortunately.
I'll put it this way. The only thing that made Dirge of Cerberus popular in Japan, Gak.
Yeah.
Okay, Gak is a
great song.
Game, okay. Yes, I have the song in my iPod.
They had a cool ass commercial, but that's the fucked up thing is false advertising. I mean, they're showing you CG game graphics, but there they show any gameplay. They did the same thing with Brink. No gameplay. They want to talk about how great it is, and we already know how good Brink is. Girlfriend played it. She's like, it's good first week. Next week, oh, I'm not playing that game no more. I'm like, see, I told you.
Exactly.
What were you expecting? I could have told you that, but, we hardly get to talk, and she doesn't listen to me anyway. At least not when it comes to games I like. She's trying to tell me that Tekken Tag 2 is going to be more interesting than KOF 13. I'm like, look, I'm not a fanboy of either franchise, but I can't agree with you, sweetie. Sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to say right now, Tekken Tag Tournament 2 is okay.
Yeah.
But if you're playing it, I'll play a rental.
As far as the numerical series is concerned, Tekken can go fuck itself as far as I'm concerned.
I like Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag.
Yeah, those were the only ones I liked. And those were actually, ironically, the first ones I played. Because after that, it pretty much went downhill from there. It's like they're recycling characters.
Okay, we're rambling. Rambling. We need to hear it. Alex, seriously, give me a reason.
Battery's running out.
It just.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you my reason real quick. Personally, it wasn't good. I played it. It was just like, eh.
And once again, I mean, back when I first played it, I was young, so there was a lot of storyline elements that I kind of ignored because I didn't understand and it didn't matter. But as I became more of a mature adolescent young man, yeah, the storyline is refutable in every avenue. I mean, for one, Cloud is infused with Mako energy as a mark of soldier. What the hell is Mako energy exactly? It's industrialized energy of the planet. Wait, the planet has energy. Yes, they explain this, and they try and explain that the planet is a living thing, which I can understand, but the problem is they fail to acknowledge the fact that there are other planets out there. I mean, it's a wasted plot line to establish that there are other planets out there, which they clearly do in the first disc when you make it to Cosmo Valley before you go into the cave with Red 13's father and everything. with his grandfather, and they showed the observatory and all these quote unquote planets. That was one of the coolest scenes in the game, but it was wasted on the idea that we're never going to go to fucking space, and they even teased it with Sid's plotline, like, oh, I could have went to space, but it's no. And in the end, these characters are basically taking up space.
I like 13's father, he's badass. I read 13 to kick ass.
That was ironically my favorite character, him and Barrett, because Barrett was very sympathetic.
Barrett was just a tragic figure.
Like, God. They made him.
I was way too emo.
They basically made Barrett this stereotypical racist character until you get out of Midgar, and it's like, damn, this dude, no wonder he doesn't say much sometimes. If you have to carry a burden on all of this, you lose your hand, you lose your friend, you lose your village. You know what I'm saying? I can't say it's completely, bullshit, but
fuck up, but
right. But the main things they're trying to push, like the whole Cloud Sephiroth rivalry, really, why do I give a fuck? And that's like Ichi. I told him before that Advent Children was a bad movie. Great fight scenes and animation, but the movie sucked.
Yeah, I sold my copy. I won't lie. I gave it like $50. Here, you want this?
Right. That's what fucking YouTube is. Right. That's what YouTube is for. If I want to watch fight scenes, that's what YouTube is for. It's not worth being in my collection because it's a bad movie. I watched it with my father. And he's asking me questions. He's like, "Okay, so why? Who are the Turks and what is their agenda?" I'm like, "Oh shit." And I had to explain for 2 hours. It's like, this is a lot of shit. You realize that, right? I'm like, yeah, it is. I will admit, I used to like this game and then play it and look at it again. It's like, God, I used to like this? But I played Final Fantasy VI recently. I didn't finish it, but, those characters, there was no main character at all. You start out with Terra, and everybody had, ironically, a tragic story. Everyone had a tragic story. Fighting for a different reason, and to the point where you connect more with these characters than you do in any other Final Fantasy game.
I'll put it this way. I'd rather play Crystal Defenders, Crystal Defenders, the fucking defense game, than Final Fantasy VII, I guess.
Damn.
And people give that game shit, okay? Like,
yeah, because of the whole bucket thing. It's like, come on. I mean, if you want to talk about the bucket, let's go in depth with the dumber plotline elements of games of the Final Fantasy, the numerical Final Fantasy games, like the fucking sorceress shit from Final Fantasy VIII. That made no sense because they make the sorceress seem like they're a race of people, but there's only 3 of them, and then one, oh god, time compression.
Final Fantasy X with its bullshit Into the West storyline. Oh god, that was horrible.
Yeah, I
for Into the West with the Monkey King, basically, the name of the Monkey King. Basically.
Yeah, I figured that the Titus's character design was reminiscent of that. That's why he kind of seemed like a monkey a little bit.
No, it was Kimari's the monkey.
Oh, okay.
The only redeemable character in that game was Kimari. For Kimari.
Well, what about Auron?
Kimari awesome. Auron's awesome, but no.
Kimari was a bit more. He was gangsta about that.
He got butthurt.
Really? Another one bites the fucking dust.
Another one bites the dust.
The battery's running low anyway, but yeah, Kimari, I didn't really use him that much as far as the teams is concerned, but who, me?
I'm saying, you're a dick. Kimari's awesome. I'm joking, bro.